Throughout history, witchcraft has been a source of fascination, fear, and mystery. From tales of spells and potions to accusations and tragic consequences, witchcraft holds a dark yet captivating place in human culture. Today, we dive into the top 5 most dangerous incidents involving witchcraft that shocked the world. Stick around to uncover the chilling stories that blur the lines between myth and reality. Witchcraft, often misunderstood, is a term used to describe the practice of magical arts. Across the globe, it's been perceived in various ways, sometimes revered as a spiritual practice, other times feared as dark sorcery. From ancient Babylon to modern-day Wicca, witchcraft has evolved, but its association with danger and mystery persists. Let's take a quick look at its origins before diving into the incidents. The roots of witchcraft date back thousands of years, intertwining with folklore, religion, and societal fears. It was often blamed for unexplained events like natural disasters, plagues, and even bad luck. But what happens when belief in witchcraft turns deadly? Let's explore the Salem witch trials, 1692. In 1692, the small Puritan town of Salem, Massachusetts, became the epicenter of one of history's most infamous witch hunts. What began as strange fits and hallucinations among young girls escalated into a community-wide panic. The accusations started with women like Tituba, a slave, but quickly spread to others, primarily women who didn't conform to societal norms. Trials often relied on spectral evidence, such as dreams and visions, leading to flimsy convictions. 20 people were executed by hanging, and one man, Giles Corey, was crushed to death under heavy stones for refusing to plead. Hundreds more were imprisoned. This tragic chapter in history was driven by fear, religious extremism, and personal vendettas. Today, Salem serves as a somber reminder of the dangers of mass hysteria and the cost of abandoning reason and justice. The Great Scottish Witch Hunt, 1590 to 1662. The Great Scottish Witch Hunt spanned over 7 decades and resulted in thousands of trials and executions. One of the most notorious incidents was the North Berwick witch trials in 1590. Over 70 people were accused of plotting to assassinate King James VI by summoning storms to sink his ship. The king's paranoia fueled the hunt, with many accused confessing under torture. Agnes Sampson, a healer, was one of the accused. She was subjected to horrific torture, including having her head bound with ropes and being shaved entirely to find witch marks. Her forced confession sealed her fate, leading to her execution by strangulation and burning. King James VI even authored a book, Demonology, which further legitimized witch hunts across Europe, intensifying the persecution of those accused. South African witch killings, modern day. In South Africa, accusations of witchcraft often target vulnerable groups, such as the elderly, widows, or those with physical disabilities. Beliefs in witchcraft are deeply rooted in local traditions, and many incidents stem from unresolved community tensions or scapegoating during personal crises. One infamous case in 2016 saw several elderly women accused of shape-shifting into animals to harm villagers. Mobs captured them, subjected them to brutal beatings, and set them ablaze. Despite government campaigns to combat witchcraft-related violence, hundreds of similar incidents occur annually, highlighting the urgent need for education and reform. While progress is being made, these incidents reveal how ancient beliefs can still lead to modern atrocities. The Witch Murders of Papua New Guinea, 2013. In Papua New Guinea, beliefs in sorcery, known as sanguma, are deeply entrenched. In 2013, the world was horrified by the case of Kepri Leniata, a 20-year-old mother accused of killing a child through witchcraft. She was stripped, doused in petrol, and burned alive by a mob while authorities stood by, overwhelmed by the crowd. This wasn't an isolated event. Sorcery-related killings in Papua New Guinea are so widespread that the government has introduced laws specifically targeting these practices. However, enforcement remains challenging in remote areas. Kepri's case sparked international outrage, but it also exposed the deep-seated fears and societal issues that perpetuate such violence. The Basque Witch Trials, 1609 to 1614. Europe's largest witch trial occurred in the Basque region of Spain, where over 7,000 people were accused of witchcraft. The Spanish Inquisition led the trials, targeting entire communities with accusations ranging from pagan rituals to satanic worship. The infamous Inquisitor Alonso de Salazar Frias was initially a staunch believer in witchcraft but later doubted the legitimacy of the evidence. Most of the accused were women and children. Torture was used to extract confessions, and although few were executed, the psychological damage to the region was immense. Families turned on each other, and centuries-old traditions were abandoned out of fear. The Basque witch trials remain a symbol of cultural oppression and the devastating power of institutionalized fear. Witchcraft, whether real or imagined, has had profound consequences on human history. These 5 incidents remind us of the dangers of fear, ignorance, and unchecked power. From medieval hysteria to modern-day violence, the lessons of history urge us to approach such beliefs with compassion and understanding. Thanks for joining us on this journey through the dark history of witchcraft. If you found this video intriguing, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into history, culture, and the unexplained.